Today I'm going to be talking about Animated Apparel by Lynn Nottage. And to start off, one of my most memorable moments was when Mame, we found out Mame was sleeping with George Armstrong, who is Esther's husband. And I found this to be very memorable because I thought Mame would have known, but I guess she didn't go to the wedding, which is the reason why she doesn't know what George looks like. So to go on from that, one of the first themes I saw in the play was losing hope. In the beginning, Esther was losing hope and finding a man. She had no interest meeting anybody else, Mr. Charles, so she didn't think anyone actually wanted to marry her. And then second theme was manipulation, where this can be seen by George manipulating Esther to giving her his money, or her money, and just losing it all, saying he was going to go to the horses and win a new house, a big yard, and even get her beauty parlor. So lastly is rebirth, and we can see this at the end of the play where Esther is back at square one. She is totally not a new person, but she's back at the beginning where she can start saving her money again, or she can go talk to Mr. Marks. She doesn't really have anything that's controlling her at this moment. Third is I do think that this play resisted stereotypes to a certain extent. It definitely perpetuated some, such as prostitutes, the fact that Esther was illiterate, but it did show a side where Esther was a hardworking black woman in the eastern side of Chicago, Manhattan, where she was making money, sewing, keeping the money in her quilt, and actually, one thing that I found to be very good was the fact that Esther had the same love problems that most people have, where she couldn't find someone to marry, and she's scared at the age of 35 that no one wants to be with her. And I thought this really connects her with everyone else, so it gives her a good type of stance with the general population. To go on from that, I do think there are stereotypes today, such as maybe black people are unintelligent, they cause trouble, which I think is perpetuated through the system of segregation, where we're not really included together as much as we should. And I find that with this inclusion, we can see that we have so many similarities and that all these stereotypes are not true. For example, the hometown I grew up in, we were very included with Asians, blacks, whites, any Mexicans, anything you can name, and we all decided that at the end we are all the same and that these stereotypes are not true. So I thought that's the best way for these stereotypes to get worked out with. But lastly, one of the questions I had was, did Mame know, or did Esther know that Mame was with her husband as soon as she saw the Japanese silk quilt? And lastly, who had the greater relationship with Esther? Was it Miss Van Buren or was it Mame? Because they both had very tight relationships where Van Buren and Mame would write the letters for her, but I was wondering who had the greater relationship. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.